Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. Quickly, I am going to get started before I start talking. We're going to go in with the Orly Bonder base coat. So let me catch you up with what's going on. It may sound different in this video, and the lighting certainly is different, and here's why. We had 3 tornadoes this weekend. By the time you're seeing this video, it would have been last weekend, and so we've been out of power this whole time. We're still waiting for it to come back on, so I'm not able to make my video in my room that I normally do it with my lights. So I am just in front of a window that I have available in the living room, so it's a little bit different. It's not ideal. I tried to wait, but now they're projecting that it could be up to 5 more days before they're able to restore power to everyone. And the problem is, I don't know where I am on that list because I am not critical infrastructure, and we still need a lot of that repaired. It's been pretty wild here. Next, we're going to go in with Orly, written in the stars. So you may have noticed from the title what this video is actually about, and it has been 1 year that I've been making nail videos. So I decided to celebrate, we would reimagine my first nail set I made for a video. I will try to remember to put that link in the description, but if it is not there, it's the first video on my nail painting playlist, or you can scroll back and find it that way as well. But basically it was a blue and silver themed nail look, and it was called Shell Design, but it was loosely, it was a shape that I just didn't know what it was called, and so that's what I called it. We also have China Glaze Good Luxe Charm. So I'm taking that set and I am using it as inspiration for what this one will be. You may notice that these paints I'm actually using are a bit translucent, kind of thin. That's fine. They have the vibe that I want, so I am just gonna have to go in with multiple coats, possibly 3. I'm probably not gonna leave coating each one in the video because you know what that looks like. We're doing it now. But I will let you know how many I end up doing. You should be watching this video on a Saturday if I'm able to get it uploaded in time, but if the power is not back on, I am not going to be able to edit this footage, so that could cause a delay. I guess you'll know if there was a delay by when you're finding this being posted. I am hoping to still do it on time. Alright, so we've done 3 coats so far. These blue ones are still a little thin, and I may end up going and putting some more, especially on this one. But for now, let's do China Glaze Fast Forward Quick Dry Top Coat. So I am going to take these nail stencils and do one on my pinky and one on my index, and then we're going to take this same China Glaze color that we used over here and this sponge bit and stamp it on. So you can see it, but not well. The colors are not as contrasty as I had hoped they would be. Let me try and clean this up around the cuticles a little bit. Alright, so I've got those cleaned up a little bit. Let me zoom this in so you can look at it. I mean, you can see it. You can see the shimmer for sure. It's not as obvious as I was hoping it would be, but that's okay. I am gonna add some more decoration. This isn't the end of it, but first I'm gonna put some top coat on these 2 that we just made. Alright, while that has some time to dry, we're gonna go in with some of these shell stickers and put them on this finger. Pretty cute. actually put a few other stickers, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I put some more on. I put a few here, one little one here, and then a big one over here. So the plan is I'm going to put some rhinestones as well on these, but this one's the one we're going to work on next. So we have this glitter recycler, and then I have this little container full of these tiny sugaring rhinestones. They're like, they have a name for these, something to do with like pixies or something, I don't know. Anyway, but we are going to sprinkle them on this nail and make a whole shiny one. Very pretty. To adhere all of these rhinestones, we are going to use 4 rhinestones only. As you guys know, it works fantastically. You probably saw these nails 2 weeks ago, and this stuff is holding strong. Okay, so I've got these on here pretty well. I am going to let it sit for a moment before I start dumping them off, because I want the adherents to start to get tacky and dry down, so I don't accidentally drop any of them, since they're a little bit more weighty than glitter. But I will check back in before I dump it. Alright, so I did make a little bit of progress. So what I did is I went around this with this nail and scraped off anything that wasn't on, that was more on the skin, and then I've tried to push these edge ones in, and they're a little bit bulky, but I've got them in there as much as I can. And then I tried to scooch up these edges here and then to push this down a little bit, so I did get a lot of the excess off like that, but I think this needs to sit a while and it's not falling off, so I dumped this out. I am gonna give it a little bit of a rougher dust here after a while, but I want to wait so this has its most fair chance of being good and dry. So while we wait for that, we're actually gonna switch up and do some of the rhinestones on these other fingers. I almost forgot, before I go in with rhinestones, I need to seal these stickers in or they're just gonna roll off. Okay, so I'm going to give that a moment to dry and then probably do one more layer of top coat, because it's going to get thinner as it dries and I want it to be really thorough. Okay, so I've been waiting a little while. It's starting to thin, and so I want to go ahead and start putting the rhinestones on because I'm tired of waiting. We're going to take this little brush and scoop some up, and that's how we're going to put the blob on here. And then use a wax pencil to pick up the rhinestone in question and place it. And then repeat that process until you have them all the way you want them. Make sure you get plenty. It can't hurt to have too much because it will dry down. Make sure you get them nice and straight, and then once these are all nice and dry, I'm going to go in around the edges and just reinforce all of this. Alright, so we've got a few over here. We've got these. We've got some here. They're so blurry. There we go. And we've got some here. I feel like maybe we need to put a few in here just small and sporadically, but also maybe not. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But this one, I feel like it needs something. It needs something else because there's this big area, but I don't know what that something else should be. I could go down the side with more rhinestones, but I don't really want to. I don't think that's the vibe. Maybe I could put a little here, but I don't think that's right either. I should just leave it alone because, you know, it's hard to not do too much. What do you think? Do you think this needs some? Because the way I'm looking at it, it would have to be really tiny ones, and we could do like 1, 2, 3, and then 4. But I just don't know if that's necessary because this nail is pretty full. And in fact, I kind of think I should leave it alone, just like I should leave the other one alone. I'm gonna think about it, and while we're doing that, let's go back over here with this and just give it a rub to knock any loose ones off. I'm not using a lot of pressure, but the friction of my fingers on these stones should cause them to come loose if they aren't secured well. And I think I've knocked a few in, but not a ton. So these might be actually good. Let me go back the other direction and give it a fair rub. Oh, we lost a couple more. Yes. So I think we're getting most of the excess off. We've lost just a few. And I guess there's probably a good chance that I could lose some more of these over the next week or so as my hands come into contact with things. But I think we've got it pretty well good and loosened up. Let's see if we can get a look at it without it being blurry. Yeah, okay. Turn it this way. Alright, alright. I think it's alright. What do you think? Want to look down the barrel of it? I know it looks thick, but it's really just because there's a big old blob of gel right here. Because it's just a press on. But yeah, okay. I think this is looking pretty good. I don't think I am going to add anything else. I think I am going to follow my instinct and leave it alone. Don't do too much. I'm going to tell you though, I can feel like this has nothing to do with the intended set, but I mean, I guess it was inspiration. Inspiration sometimes changes, and so that's what's happened. I have evolved over the year, and so did this nail design, and so it's something else entirely now. I am, of course, as I said, going to go in and reinforce all of these rhinestones around the edges, and then I will get you photos outside. As per the usual, you should be seeing those now. Please make sure you are following me on my socials. I post things over there that don't make it to YouTube. And make sure you are subscribed to this channel. And then also please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I love to hear from you and talk to you. And the algorithm appreciates it if you give me a like. So if you are in the mood, please do that as well. And thank you for watching my video. Please do check out my affiliate links and discount codes in the description. Make use of those. Save yourself some money. And then I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.